The prophet stands alone in a valley of death. Thousands of human skeletons scattered as far as the eye can see, bleached white by years under the desert sun. The silence is deafening. Nothing moves. Nothing breathes. Just bones. Everywhere. Then God asks him the impossible question. Can these bones live? What happens next will blow your mind. Because what this ancient prophet witnessed wasn't just a vision, it was a preview of one of the most impossible events in human history. An event that happened exactly as predicted. An event that defies all historical odds. This is the story of Ezekiel chapter 37, the Valley of Dry Bones. And if you think you know this story, prepare yourself, because the layers of this prophecy go deeper than you ever imagined. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll understand why historians, archaeologists, and theologians still can't get over what happened. And make sure you subscribe, because we're diving into the most documented prophetic fulfillment in human history. It's 593 before Christ. Jerusalem has just been destroyed by the Babylonian Empire. Solomon's magnificent temple lies in ruins. The holy city is nothing but ashes and rubble. But the physical destruction wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the exile. Tens of thousands of Jews were ripped from their homes and forced to march over 900 miles through the desert to Babylon. Many died on the journey. The survivors were traumatized beyond measure. Among those exiles was a young priest named Ezekiel. He was 30 years old when God called him to be a prophet. And what a calling it was! Ezekiel had the most surreal, the most cinematic, the most bizarre visions in all of Scripture. Wheels within wheels, four-faced creatures, thrones of fire. Each vision seemed more impossible than the last, but nothing compared to what he saw in the Valley of Dry Bones. The Jewish exiles in Babylon were completely broken, not just physically, emotionally, spiritually. They felt dead inside, abandoned, forgotten by God. They kept repeating one phrase that breaks your heart. Our bones are dried up. Our hope is lost. We are cut off completely. You see the irony? They compared themselves to dry bones before Ezekiel ever had the vision. It was like the entire nation had died, like there was no future left. And it's at this exact moment of total despair that God shows Ezekiel something that seemed crazy, but carried a message so powerful it still echoes through history today. But before we get into the vision itself, you need to understand something critical. What Ezekiel saw wasn't just symbolic. There was a real historical fulfillment. And when you discover when that happened, you're going to get chills. The biblical text says the hand of the Lord came upon Ezekiel, and by the Spirit he was taken to a valley. We don't know if this was a vision or if he was physically transported. The text leaves it ambiguous. What matters is what he saw. Bones, many bones, scattered all over the valley floor. And here's the crucial detail. They were very dry, bleached white, exposed to the elements for years. There was absolutely nothing living there. God asks the question, Son of man, can these bones live? Ezekiel gives a wise answer. Sovereign Lord, you alone know. He didn't say yes, didn't say no, because humanly speaking, it was impossible. But he knew God well enough not to limit what he could do. Then comes the strangest order any prophet ever received. Prophesy to these bones. Tell them to hear the word of the Lord. Picture the scene. Ezekiel alone in a valley full of skeletons, preaching to dead bones. It looked like absolute madness, but he obeyed. And when he started prophesying, something terrifying happened. The text says there was a noise, a rattling sound. Suddenly, the bones began to move. They started coming together, bone to bone. If you've ever watched any apocalyptic movie, you've seen something similar. But this was being recorded 2,600 years ago. The bones connected. Then came tendons. Flesh covered the skeletons. Skin wrapped around everything. But something essential was still missing. There was no breath in them. They were perfect bodies, but lifeless, like giant mannequins spread across the valley floor. God tells Ezekiel to prophesy again, but this time to the breath, to the wind, to the spirit of life itself. And when he prophesied, breath entered those bodies. They came to life. They stood up on their feet. A vast army, countless warriors ready for battle. From a valley of death to a living army. From total despair to restored hope. From the impossible to the miraculous. Now you're probably thinking, this was just a parable, right? A symbol? Well, partially, yes. But there's a historical twist that will absolutely blow your mind. God himself explains the vision to Ezekiel. He says, "These bones are the whole house of Israel. They say their bones are dried up, and their hope is gone." The vision was a message of national restoration. God was promising to bring the people back from exile, that he would open their graves, that he would make them live again as a nation. It seemed impossible. Jerusalem was destroyed, the temple in ruins, the people scattered across the empire. How could this possibly happen? 70 years after Jerusalem's destruction, something extraordinary occurred. The Babylonian Empire fell, and the new emperor, Cyrus of Persia, issued a decree allowing the Jews to return home. Thousands returned. They rebuilt the temple. They restored Jerusalem. The nation that was dead began to live again. The historian Josephus documents this return in remarkable detail. He describes how the Jews came back in waves, how they faced opposition, how they fought to rebuild everything from scratch. It was like dry bones coming together again. The nation was being restored piece by piece. But there's an even more shocking fulfillment of this prophecy, and it happened in the 20th century. In the year 1948, after almost 2,000 years without a homeland, Israel was restored. The modern state of Israel was born. Think about the impossibility of this. What other people in history were expelled from their land, scattered across the entire world for 2 millennia, and managed to return and re-establish themselves as a nation? None. Only Israel. And even more stunning, many of the Jews who returned came from concentration camps. They came from one of the most horrific genocides in human history. They were literally a people on the brink of total extinction. Dry bones that came back to life. Many historians and theologians see Ezekiel 37 as a foreshadowing of this modern return. The restoration of Israel as a nation after the Holocaust is viewed as a stunning prophetic fulfillment. Hit that like button right now and drop a comment with your thoughts. It really helps the channel grow and bring quality biblical content. But Ezekiel's prophecy isn't just about Israel. It carries profound truths about individual spiritual renewal. How many times have you felt like that valley? Dried up, lifeless, hopeless, thinking there's no way back. God's message through this vision is crystal clear. He specializes in reviving what seems dead, in restoring what appears lost, in bringing hope where there's only despair. The same power that brought those bones together can piece your life back together. The same Spirit that gave life to those bodies can renew your spirit. Jesus talks about being born again, about receiving new life, and he uses language very similar to Ezekiel's. The Apostle Paul speaks about passing from death to life, about becoming a new creation, about having God's Spirit living in us. All of this echoes the Valley of Dry Bones vision. The central idea is always the same. God transforms death into life, despair into hope, endings into new beginnings. And there's one final layer to this prophecy that needs to be mentioned. Many theologians see a future dimension not yet completely fulfilled. Ezekiel 37 doesn't end with just the bones vision. The prophet continues talking about Israel's reunification, about one king, about a complete and final restoration. Some interpret this as pointing to the messianic future, to when Christ returns and establishes his definitive kingdom. If you're a student of biblical prophecy, You've probably heard debates about this, and it's fascinating how such an ancient vision has layers that still generate discussion today. If you want more content like this, exploring biblical prophecies with historical and theological depth, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Next week, we're covering another Ezekiel prophecy that also fulfilled in stunning detail: the prophecy against Tyre. The Valley of Dry Bones isn't just another Bible story. It's one of the most visual and powerful prophecies ever recorded. It shows us three fundamental truths. First, God sees the impossible as possible. Where everyone sees death, He sees potential for life. Second, God's restoration is always complete. It's not a patch job, it's total renewal. Bones that come together, flesh that covers, spirit that gives life. Third, God's promises are fulfilled, even when it takes time, even when it seems impossible. What He promised, He delivers. If you're walking through a valley of dry bones in your life today, if it seems like everything has died, that there's no more hope, that you're completely cut off from any future, remember this vision. The same God who spoke to Ezekiel can speak to you. The same power that restored Israel can restore your life. It's not about willpower. It's not about pulling yourself together alone. It's about letting God's Spirit breathe new life into you. The question God asked Ezekiel, He's asking you today. Can these bones live? The answer is yes. With God, always yes. If this video impacted you, share it with someone who needs to hear this message of hope. Drop a comment about which part resonated most with you. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth biblical content. See you in the next video. God bless.